As a nurse, I've seen a lot of people with sleep deprivation. It affects their job, their home life. At Room to Room, we want to take the guesswork out of buying a mattress, and that's why we brought in this technology. It shows you what you need. We want to do the assessment and find exactly what's perfect for you.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks again for tuning in with us on Mississippi Live Weather this morning at 7 a.m. I am Mississippi Live Weather meteorologist Maggie McCauley. Hope you have your coffee with us. Waking up with us early this morning. Maybe you're headed back to work and school. We're live from the Room to Room Weather Center, ready to give you the latest forecast for your day ahead. Here's what's going on right now. Some of us waking up to some rain this morning. That's some news for some who aren't dealing with the rain. Yes, there's some rain out there, especially if you get into places like the Delta, some really isolated light showers out there. Same for the Golden Triangle region, tracking some showers. You can see these moving. They're kind of moving off to the east. Let me still them and let's talk about exactly where we're seeing this rainfall, the heaviest this morning. Again, some of that is in northwest Mississippi. So I'm tracking that closer to places like Holly Springs up and down 22, headed into Memphis or out of Memphis, again, passing on Holly Springs, seeing some of those showers. Same story in Tate County, across Tate County, seeing some really isolated light rain showers this morning, the heaviest along Highway 4. And then if you move down into the Delta, I'm tracking some isolated showers as well. The heaviest portion that I'm tracking in North Mississippi at the moment is in the Golden Triangle region and then just south of it as well. So if you're folks waking up with us, maybe in Starkville, headed off to school or work, throughout the city of Starkville, there's ongoing rainfall, also just in the outer edges of Oktibbeha County as well. So tracking rain within Oktibbeha County and then just south of that near Brooksville before that 45 split, tracking some heavier downpours. That has weakened in the past few minutes, really in the past 30 minutes, but still a heavier downpour there as well. No lightning really associated with those. The lightning that I'm watching is actually sitting or trying to sit just outside of our area that we cover. So you can see here a few of those along Iuka, just on the Mississippi and Alabama state line. The heaviest portion is this cluster right here that I've been tracking out all morning. Again, this is slowly, ever so slowly, trying to push off eastward. Right now, it's sitting from really just east of Florence, Town Creek, east of Russellville, really east of 43. You see right there, if you are traveling along there, you're good. Anywhere off to the east, you're going to be running into this cluster that's kind of set itself up. Again, it does have lightning associated with it, so some storms out there. Nothing severe this morning, but some heavier pockets ongoing, again, in northern Alabama. So that's the heaviest I'm tracking all in all that's the closest to us. A lot of us just dealing with some light showers this morning. That's going to continue into your mid-morning and also into your afternoon. We're going to continue to track those isolated to scattered showers and storms throughout your day ahead. So I encourage you just to have the rain gear with you in case you run into one of these. 70s expected over your next few hours, eventually going to be turning into the upper 80s today. So we are going to be capped in the 80s today because of all those clouds and then the potential rain in the forecast as well. We'll be getting back down into the 70s as we head into that 8 o'clock hour. So that's a look at your first 12 that you can expect. I told you if you are over in Starkville, we are tracking ongoing rain in Oktibbeha County over at Mississippi State as well. You can kind of see it on the camera ever so slightly, kind of dripping down, and you can see it on the map there showing that radar. We can see rain ongoing within Starkville, Mississippi State campus and also Oktibbeha County. Temperatures in the 70s. So if you're headed out to school, guys, grab the rain gear with you, at least a raincoat with those light showers that are ongoing. So that's one of them. And then this is a live look over in Tupelo. Nice conditions there. Not everybody dealing with the rainfall this morning, making for a nice sunrise. All those clouds, sun peeking through. So that's a really nice look there. Temperatures have made it into the 70s this morning. They were in the 60s over the next few hours or the last few hours. Now we have made it into the 70s across the board. 70 in Tupelo, 70 in Starkville. A little bit cooler in Memphis because they're seeing that ongoing rainfall. Most of us in the 70s this morning. Same story across the region. 70 in Huntsville, upper 60s in Birmingham, 71 in Meridian, 69 down in Hattiesburg. So not a great cool start out there for your Tuesday. I want to show you a little bit of an overview and futurecast, okay? So we're not taking this hour by hour, but I want to show you your next few afternoons because we're tracking scattered downpours for your Tuesday afternoon, stretching from Kentucky down into North Mississippi. So again, we're going to be watching these isolated scattered storms throughout your day ahead, and we're also going to be looking at those for Wednesday. So take a look at this as I shift this into your Wednesday afternoon, yet again seeing some more isolated in nature showers and storms setting itself up. You could see here, though, on Wednesday, less coverage than today. So not as many people are going to be seeing a potential heavy downpour on your Wednesday, but the chance is still there, North Mississippi and also region wide. So we're keeping rain chances in the forecast for your Wednesday as well. Let's look at your next few days, but I'm going to, again, track you out hour by hour what you can expect for your day ahead, when the heaviest rain is going to be coming, when is it going to be the most prevalent out there for your Tuesday. I'll have your latest look at that. Also, your 7-day forecast is coming up. We're going to be talking about that all important, you know it, weekend forecast in the mix as well. So you're going to want to stick with us. We'll have that all coming up.
You may see a teen struggling to find his way. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we see a teen gaining the confidence and skills to land his first job. Kids today need people to see their potential and help them achieve it. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we do whatever it takes to help kids succeed. Because when we see young people, we see limitless possibilities. Do you? Join us, Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures.
When people are fed, futures are nourished. They can connect with the world around them, unlock endless possibilities, and thrive. Join the movement to end hunger. Volunteer. Advocate. Donate. Go to feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggie McCauley.
Hey, good morning again. I am Mississippi Live weather meteorologist Maggie McCauley, and I'm tracking some rain out there this morning for you. You can see here, this is a live look at Mississippi Live radar, seeing some rain across the board. Not for everybody, but for some, seeing some of that in places like DeSoto and Tate County. So if you headed up along 55 this morning, maybe you work in Memphis from outside the area, even over in Holly Springs up 22 into Memphis, you're going to be dealing with rain this morning. That's probably going to cause some traffic delays if you know that area. And then it's also seeing some isolated activity in places like the Delta just west of 55 as well, seeing some spot showers over in Panola County. And then we've been talking about this over and over again, but the Golden Triangle region dealing with some showers out there in Oktibbeha County, Starkville dealing with that. You can see that there's just some light pesky shower activity. That's really what I'm talking about this morning. Some heavier downpours just to the south of Starkville and Columbus and Brooksville dealing with that along 45 before the split. Overall, that has weakened over the past really 30 minutes. And again, isolated activity up in places like Prentiss and Alcorn County. So light shower activity. If you're headed anywhere across the region, going to be driving either up into Corinth, Alcorn County, over into Northwest Mississippi, or over into Alabama. Probably going to be dealing with some pesky rain, just enough to make you have to put your windshield wipers on. Unless you're headed a little bit outside of our area, this is the heaviest rain that I'm tracking that's the closest to us. So if you are pushing into places like Decatur, traveling along, getting to 65 this morning over in Alabama, you're going to be running into this cluster of showers and storms. You can see here, this stretches from really along the Tennessee and Alabama state line. sitting just east of Florence, shifting all the way down into Haleyville and also Double Springs. That's where I'm tracking this morning. It does have some lightning associated with it as well. You can see those total strikes about 20 with this cluster right here. So this is the heaviest pockets that I'm looking at. Again, nothing severe, but that's the heaviest rainfall that you're going to be in for this morning if you are traveling along that area. So that's overall what I'm looking at for that. Let's go into the forecast, shall we? So let's look at these cameras. They're really nice out there this morning if you're not dealing with rain. This is a live look over in Smithville. Lots of clouds for the day ahead because of all the shower activity and moisture that's in the area. Temperatures again in the 70s. So a little bit of a warmer start to your Tuesday as well. This is live look in Aberdeen. Same story, different camera. Lots of clouds in the forecast for your day ahead and your morning time. Temperatures still sitting in the 60s there. So lucky you, Aberdeen. If you are headed out, maybe you're taking a flight in or out, or you know people that are and you're watching us from all of the international airports across the board here in the United States, not looking at any delays this morning, because we're not just looking at a lot of weather makers going on this morning to cause delays within really the airline departments. Let's look at the big picture of North Mississippi now, getting into really the meat and bones of the forecast. Over the next 2 days, we are watching moisture continue to come in due to an overall system that's pushing into North Mississippi. When I say 2 days, I mean today and tomorrow. So including your day ahead, this moisture is just being funneled in from really the Midwest over into Arkansas, and again pushing into North Mississippi as it does. As it comes in, it's going to cause that scattered showered activity for today and also for tomorrow. Here's a look at the next few hours ahead. If you're not heading out until maybe 9-10 o'clock, still seeing those light shower activity in the forecast, about a 20% chance. 70s expected throughout your morning, upper 70s by 11, and then taking it to about a 30% chance. I'm thinking midday to afternoon is when we'll see the majority of that activity happen here in North Mississippi, if you're lucky enough to get under maybe a shower or two, because the area does need it. Upper 80s for your day ahead. Again, a few showers and storms out there, sitting just below average due to all that cloud cover and also that rain in the forecast. Now let's take it hour by hour. When can you expect all of this rain to continue in your area? As I said, 9-10 o'clock, we're still tracking out a few heavy downpours across the region. I would take where these are with a grain of salt. These are isolated to scattered activity across the board. I think it could be anywhere in North Mississippi as this system continues to funnel in moisture into the area. Noon, still seeing that as well. So you want to keep your rain gear all the way from noon into the afternoon. So this is 3-4 o'clock, still seeing some isolated heavy downpours across the region from northwest Mississippi all the way to northeast Mississippi. Going to continue to track these out. As you can see here, though, not everybody getting rain, and it's not going to be rain all day. However, if you get rain under one of these, could be heavy at times. That's why we say to keep your rain gear handy. That's live look at Tuesday. Let's go into the overnight hours. A few of these could try to hang on in the forecast. Going into Wednesday, as I said, we're keeping rain chances in the forecast for Wednesday, but they're less, about a 30% chance, because as we're starting off the day on Wednesday, yesterday models looked like we were going to start off Wednesday very wet. Now they have turned. It doesn't look like that anymore. So that's some good news out the door for your Wednesday morning. Going into the afternoon is when we're going to be tracking out those showers. So you can see here, even through noon, majority of us dry. That's why we're keeping only a 30% chance for Wednesday. But take a look at this. As we go 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, that's when we start to see these heavier pockets develop. So that's that 30% chance coming into play for North Mississippi out there for your Wednesday. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Temperatures in the 80s today. Same story out there for Wednesday. Upper 80s for Thursday. We're dry Thursday and Friday. Here's the thing for Friday. I've been looking at what models are saying for Friday, and we're continuing, if you've noticed and been waking up with us or keeping up with the forecast, we have continued to bump Friday's high temperature up. It was in the 80s yesterday morning. They bumped it into the 90s last night. I bumped it into the low 90s this morning, and I could have went higher. So just know Friday, really looking at the warmest day out of the next 7. So if you like those warmer conditions, Friday's good for you. If you don't, well, maybe stay indoors on Friday. It's looking like the warmest day out of the next 7. And again, I could trend that high temperature warmer. So keeping our eye on Friday. Saturday, Sunday, looking good to go. I will say we have another cold front coming in on Saturday, which I don't think anybody's going to be complaining about. It's going to be making for some drier conditions for the end of your weekend into the start of next week. The only thing with it is it might bring some rain out there for Saturday. Now, models have been very inconsistent, so I've left the rain chance off, but just know I could easily put it on there. So if you have any Saturday plans, I would just keep checking up with the forecast, keep checking up with us. So as we get closer to Saturday, we might end up putting a rain chance on there. Do have some good news as we head further into September. So this is looking at the 8th through the 12th. I'm talking next week. We look at below average conditions really sticking around. So average for this time of year is near 90. The majority of the week, other than Friday, is looking pretty below average, and that's actually looking to stay pretty consistent as we head further into September. So my cooler weather lovers gonna like next week as well. I want to give you one more look at where the rain is ongoing this morning before I do let you go. This is again live look at Mississippi Live Doppler radar. We're looking at isolated showers across the area. The majority of that, or the heaviest pockets of that, sitting in some different places. The first one is up in the northwest corner of Mississippi. So if you are traveling to here early this morning, just know you could be running into a few pockets within Tate County. This is really looking, as I zoom this in just east of Senatobia, east of Coldwater, east of 55, looking at that heaviest pocket right now. And then also we're zooming that out, looking at some heavy pockets more along that Mississippi and Tennessee state line in South Haven and Memphis. That's one of the areas. Let's zoom in and show you the others. Again, some isolated, really light showers across North Mississippi, but I just want to show you the heaviest before I let you go. Again, some of those happening in places around Macon along 45. This has finally moved up. It was south of this, and now it's kind of moved up a little bit. So seeing some isolated downpours in places like the Golden Triangle region. And then last but not least, the heaviest downpours right now sitting just outside. It's trying to sit outside of our area. These are very slow moving. They're just barely moving off to the east. These do have some lightning associated with them, about 20 strikes total within this entire cluster of storms sitting here. But these are, again, thunderstorms. So some heavier downpours right now in places like North Alabama. So if you are traveling, again, from maybe Corinth along into places like Towns Creek, Rogerville, Florence, and then it's going to be sitting east of that as well, you are going to be running into these all the way down to Haleyville. So that's the heaviest that I've been tracking. If you've been with us, you know that's the heaviest that we've tracked kind of over and over again because it really hasn't moved around very much. So that's a live look at what's going on Mississippi Live Doppler radar. I'm going to continue to track these out throughout your morning. We're live one more time at 7:30 a.m. this morning. You're going to want to stick with us. I'm going to have an update on how much rain we could see over the next few days. Little sneak peek. It's not much, but we're going to talk about how much exactly it is and a look at the drought monitor as well. Live at 7:30. You want to stick back with us? We'll be right back here on Mississippi.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Lawpon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Lawpon has proven himself trustworthy.